Welcome to Pop Flashback. We're looking into Roy Orbison.
Roy Orbison, yeah.
There's just no one else who sounds quite like him.
Absolutely not. And, his range was incredible. But it's more than that.
It is more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like this vulnerability.
Yeah.
And just this operatic drama.
It's funny you should say that because I was listening to Ooby Dooby this morning.
Early stuff.
And, you can hear like the Elvis influences.
Oh, absolutely. You can hear the influences for sure. But, even then, it's like he took those influences and he just went somewhere else with it.
Yeah, it was like this building block almost.
Yeah.
And he took those blocks and went and made this like crazy castle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that's what's so fascinating is that you have something like Ooby Dooby, which is so raw and energetic.
Right.
And then you go to like Running Scared or Crying.
Completely different.
Talk about drama.
Yeah. How does that happen?
Well, one thing is like the songwriting change, right?
Oh, yeah.
He starts working with Joe Melson.
Uh-huh.
And they really get into this like tragic romance kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which really lends itself to that drama.
For sure. For sure.
But also I think his voice like matured and he figured out how to use it in a way.
It's almost like he knew how to like weaponize it or something.
Exactly. And then you add in the whole image, the sunglasses.
Oh, the sunglasses. Yeah, those are iconic.
Right. And, at first I think it was just, he was self-conscious and he needed them.
Right.
But it became this whole thing, right?
It just added to it.
The mystery.
The mystery, the aura, the whole 9 yards.
Right. The big O.
Yeah. Where'd that come from?
That was an Australian DJ, I think.
Really?
Yeah. And he was just, blown away by the performances and the sheer scale of it.
Oh.
Like he was larger than life.
Yeah.
But then, delivering these like incredibly personal songs.
Oh, right.
It's this fascinating mix.
There's like this dichotomy or something. You can't talk about Roy Orbison without talking about the tragedies in his life, losing his wife and then his sons.
I mean, how do you even come back from something like that?
Right. It's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
But, he kept creating.
He did. It's hard to say, but you have to think that all of that went into his music.
Yeah, it's got to.
That rawness that was always there in his voice, I feel like it just got deeper.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like he was turning this pain into something beautiful.
It's interesting, too, because then you look at the 80s.
The comeback.
This huge comeback.
Right. It's not just nostalgia.
Yeah.
He was making new music.
Yeah, and it was good music.
It was really good. And there were a few things that happened, I think.
Like what?
Well, in Dreams, in Blue Velvet.
Oh, yeah.
That introduced him to a whole new audience.
Right. And it kind of like, gave him this cool edge.
Yeah. It was unexpected,
For sure. For sure. And what about Bruce Springsteen?
Oh, man. That speech, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, that was amazing.
Wasn't it just like, validation from another legend?
It was like Springsteen was giving everyone permission to be blown away by Roy Orbison again.
Exactly. And then the Traveling Wilburys.
Oh, yeah. Talk about a super group.
Right. George Harrison, Bob Dylan, Tom Petty, Jeff Lynne.
Come on.
And Roy Orbison right there with them.
Yeah.
And it was new music again.
Right.
And it just showed that he could do it.
He was still got it.
He totally did.
And it's tragic because it was all so close to the end.
It really was.
Mystery Girl. That last album was huge.
It was.
I mean, it was huge after he passed away, too.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, yeah.
Becoming a hit again after all those years.
Amazing.
It is amazing. And, he was performing right up until the end.
Dedicated man.
He's dedicated.
So I guess the question is, when you think about Roy Orbison, everything we've talked about,
yeah,
what's the one thing that really defines his legacy?
His voice,
Yeah.
It was so unique, so powerful. He could make you feel everything.
He could rip your heart out and then put it back together.
Exactly.
He was one of a kind.
Absolutely.
Well, thanks for, taking this look into Roy Orbison with me.
It's been fun.
It's been great. Thanks for listening, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe so you can catch our next episode. And leave a comment below and let us know what you think about Roy Orbison's legacy. Catch you next time.
Easy.
Bye.